Hi guys, it's Mr. Ralph again. I'm back at my house because everybody has to kind of stay home, and so I thought I'd show you the front yard today. I'm walking up here on the steps to my front porch, and Miss Mary Phil, my beautiful wife, is filming again, so y'all can say hey to her. But anyway, I'm gonna come sit over here in this rocking chair, and we're gonna read one of my favorite books about springtime, but about maybe somebody who's lonely. So y'all come join me. I was thinking about all y'all. Y'all are kind of stuck at home and can't go to school, and everybody's got to kind of be really careful now. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you might get a little bored and you might get a little lonely. And so I thought this was a good book to read. And it's called Little Beaver and the Echo. Now, if y'all don't know what an echo is, I think you're going to learn when I read this book to you. Okay, Little Beaver and the Echo. Little Big Beaver lived all alone by the edge of a big pond. He didn't have any brothers. He didn't have any sisters. Worst of all, he didn't have any friends. One day, sitting by the side of the pond, he began to cry. He cried out loud, and he cried out even louder. Suddenly, he heard something very strange. All the way on the other side of the pond, someone else was crying too. Little Beaver stopped crying and he listened. The other crying stopped too. Little Beaver was alone again. Boo-hoo, he said. Boo-hoo, said the voice from across the pond. Said Little Beaver. Said the voice from across the pond. Little Beaver stopped crying and he said, "Hello! Hello!" said the voice from across the pond. "Why are you crying? Why are you crying?" said the voice from across the pond. Little Beaver thought for a moment. "I'm lonely," he said. "I need a friend." And from the other side of the pond, he heard, "I'm lonely. I need a friend." Little Beaver couldn't believe it. On the other side of the pond lived somebody else who was just as sad and who needed a friend. So he got right into his boat and he set off to find him. It was a big pond. He paddled and paddled. Then he saw a young duck swimming in circles all by himself. "I'm looking for someone who needs a friend," said Little Beaver. "Was that you who was crying?" "Well, I need a friend," said the duck, "but it wasn't me who was crying." "I'll be your friend," said Little Beaver. "Come with me." So the duck jumped into the boat with him. They paddled and paddled, and then they saw a young otter sitting up and sliding up and down the bank all by himself. "We're looking for someone who needs a friend," said Beaver. "Was that you who was crying?" "Well, I do need a friend," said the otter, "but it wasn't me who was crying." "We'll be your friends," said Little Beaver and the duck. "Come with us." So the otter jumped in the boat. They paddled and they paddled, and they saw a young turtle sunning himself all alone on a rock. "We're looking for someone who needs a friend," said Little Beaver. "Was that you who was crying?" "Well, I do need a friend," said the turtle, "but it wasn't me who was crying." "We'll be your friends," said Little Beaver and the duck and the otter. "Come with us." So the turtle came with them. He jumped in the boat and they paddled and they paddled. Look at them all in the boat. All of them up in the boat. They paddled until they came to the end of the pond, and there lived a wise old beaver. Y'all know what a beaver is? Beaver's got big teeth, and he eats wood like that. Here lived the wise old beaver in a mud house all alone. Little Beaver told him how they paddled all around the pond to find someone who was crying. It wasn't the duck, he said. It wasn't the otter, and it wasn't the turtle. Who was it? "It was the Echo," said the wise old beaver. "Where does he live?" asked the little beaver. "On the other side of the pond," said the wise old beaver. "No matter where you are, the Echo is always across the pond from you." "Why is he crying?" said Little Beaver. Well, when you're sad, the echo is sad, the wise old beaver said. And when you're happy, the echo is happy too. But how can I find him and be his friend? Said little beaver. He doesn't have any friends, and neither do I. Except for me, said the duck, and except for me, said the otter, and me too, said the turtle. Little beaver looked surprised. He said, yes, I have lots of friends now. And he was so happy that he said it again, very loudly. I have lots of friends now. And from across the pond, a voice answered him. I have lots of friends now. You see, said the wise old beaver, when you're happy, the echo's happy, and when you have friends, he has friends too. Hooray, shouted the little beaver and the duck and the turtle and the otter all together. And the echo shouted back to them, hooray. The end. I hope that makes you happy. I love echoes, but I love friends, and you're all my friends, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye. Love you.